Hi there. Thank you for taking the step of faith, of obedience, of courage, and really of adventure to take part in the Another Way intensive for this summer. I'm really excited for you to come. I'm really excited for what God is going to do. And I'm believing for His fullness of life, for you to encounter His fullness of life in a whole new way. And that will be something that you will carry with you throughout your life. That this will be a stake in the ground kind of moment as you journey with Jesus, and that this will be a marker as you continue to seek His kingdom and live for God's kingdom on earth as it is in heaven, to join kingdom and earth together through the truth and the life of God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And so I'm really excited about that. And as we look forward to the time together, obviously there are some things to be knowing and to be preparing for. And if you look at the website, at the anotherwayglobal.org website, at the top you can click Trip Prep. And that page has a lot of the info that I'm going to go over in a series of videos. And that way you can always have it written, but you can also come back to the video as you need to. So I'm going to try to keep the videos a bit short, so it's just bits of information on different topics. And that way you can keep track of what you need to be doing with logistics, with beginning to learn about cultural things and how to engage in ways that are respectful and life-giving. And then also just to be preparing your heart, mind, soul spiritually. To be open for what God has. And to remember that although this is 2 weeks in Uganda, this is really about a bigger picture process that you're stepping into. This is you saying, God, I really want to begin to learn another way of how to be formed in you. And it is about more than only these 2 weeks. And so that's why we're prepping with some other things as well. So first, I'm going to jump right in and I'm going to cover a couple of logistics, because that's the stuff that people, that is time sensitive in many ways. And so if you're getting this, you would likely have your passport by now. But if you don't, if you're somebody who's still applying, please keep up in that process, because it does take some time to apply. And then also your ticket, that's something that, again, by the time you're watching this, we should have already been talking about and purchasing tickets. So to enter Uganda, they have one required vaccine, and that is for yellow fever. And I ask that you do look into that right away, because yellow fever availability here in the States is hit or miss. And so you want to begin looking for where you can find that. Now, in terms of any other shots or medications, in terms of shots, there was a time when we used to require people going to Uganda to have a variety of shots. And through the years, as the country has developed a bit more and things have changed, I now let them be optional. One of those would be for typhoid. That could be a shot or some tablets you take. That would be the next one that I would highly recommend. Typhoid is in the country. It's from drinking bad water. Hopefully you won't drink any bad water, but I could, you're in another country. Nothing is guaranteed. Then some others that one can have would be hepatitis A, hepatitis B, meningitis. Now, hepatitis B exposure would be highly unlikely for you. And hepatitis A and meningitis also fairly uncommon, to the extent that in my many years of living over there, I've never heard of anybody contracting either one. Now, I say this because if you go to your doctor, to a travel clinic, they're going to tell you you need a whole slew of shots. And by all means, do what you feel best or what you think your doctor's saying. But from an on-the-ground perspective and across the board for those who do travel to and from Uganda specifically regularly, yellow fever is the main one, typhoid's the second one, and then the others could be optional. The other one that you do want to check is that your tetanus shot is up to date. That is something that even here in America, we would have on a regular, every 10 years, because tetanus comes from, a rusty nail or piece of metal or whatever. And so certainly that's something to have up to date. And then finally, the other one medication that you will need, it's not a shot, it is a medication, that would be for malaria. So that's anti-malarial medications. There are a few different types. There's mefloquine, there's Malarone, there are different ones. There's doxycycline. I personally see doxycycline as being the one that people take with the least amount of side effects. You will want to put on some extra sunscreen because it can increase sun sensitivity. But mefloquine and Malarone tend to have potential for more maybe nausea or, sometimes insomnia and other kinds of things. So, but, talk to your doctor, see what they say. But if you can get Doxy, personally, that would be my recommendation and works well. But you want to look into that soon as well, because some of the medications you need to start taking a few weeks at least in advance. So you want to have that all set up. Now, again, depending on your insurance, any of this might be covered by your insurance or with just a copay. But that depends. These days, everybody's insurance is different. So you want to look into that. You can certainly go and simply get a yellow fever shot. Malaria, you will have medications. You will need some type of prescription for that. And for the other shots, again, through a travel clinic, but maybe through a pharmacy as well. So look into that. Please let me know if you have any questions, and we can go over it. State health centers can know. But honestly, good old handy Google can help you out with that a lot as well. Payments for the trip, that has been laid out again on the webpage. So if we've purchased your ticket, then the price for the ticket is due within 30 days because we need to pay that off. But then the balance of your trip after your $200 deposit is due more in the summer. So you can be raising money for that, saving money for that. One thing I will say is that for this kind of thing, as it's a spiritual intensive, a discipleship type program, that is something that people will do fundraising for. Maybe you can send a letter out to family or friends or community groups to just say, hey, here's something I'm doing if you'd like to contribute, and get some help with that. So if you have any questions about that kind of thing, let me know. Payments will be made to Roots to Africa. That is the tour company that I do own, but that we work together. I've done trips in the past, and we kind of have this system where it's a few different avenues, and it's local Ugandans we work with, and so we try to keep people employed. So you're helping a few different causes by going through this process, I guess is the best way I can put it. Then closer to our departure time, and I will let you know all of this, we will be applying for visa to get into Uganda. You need a tourist visa. That's simply what it is. It's $50. We apply online, and we'll go through that process. But we won't do that until a few weeks before your trip. You don't want to do it too close to your trip. I will be sending you a list of what to bring, like things that you should have when you pack. And I'll send that out before too long. I'd say by June 1st. That way people have a chance to get anything they need. But just to keep in the back of your mind, especially for you ladies. For the guys, you can pretty much wear what you want. But for the ladies, you will need to have either a skirt that goes below the knees or capris. Capris that go below the knees, not Bermuda shorts. And that aren't too tight. All right. So some casual capris would be okay. Or trousers, linen trousers go well, that kind of thing. But just to keep that in mind, that you won't be wearing shorts for the ladies on the trip. And so, yeah, we'll send the rest of that out. So I'm going to stop this video, and then I'll do another one to get into some other kinds of logistics. But at each time, I do want to be saying, please be praying. At this point, if it's earlier on, you can be praying that some more people would join. If you have other people in mind who might be interested, please do share. Let them know. Let's get the word out and get a good little group going, and just be praying over details. Pray as we talk about logistics. Pray over the logistics, that each and every part would be have the hand of God on it and His blessing. So we just thank you, and as ever, be in touch. All the contact information is on the website. Let me know about anything. All right. Be blessed. Thank you. All right. We'll talk to you later.